What's going on, everybody? When you buy a coffee from work, when you go to buy the coffees for all the guys at work, but then they drop yours and you don't have a coffee. This actually happened to me, and I'm like, well,
Oh
what the
fuck.
fuck? No, yeah, no, literally, this is like what happened at work. Like every day, somebody like either you everybody eventually pays, right? But like to pick it up, it's just it kind of just whatever, right? So one guy, older guy, went to go pick up all the coffees, right?
Yeah.
And he brought them, right? There's like six of us, and he's bringing them. And then I get to the group where we stand for break last, and they're like, yeah, drop your coffee. And I'm like, this is me. What the fuck? What's going on, everybody? It is me, Ekner, and we are back. Yes, back. And we are here. And I'm here with my co-host. You know him. He was originally on 90210. No, I'm joking.
Magic.
Sexy. Actually, I call him the sex god. Emerson. And I text him, I'm like, yo, sex god, what time are we recording? They're like,
Yo.
oh,
Yo, I'm the third
never.
member of Les Sex Gods.
You are the sex gods. You are the watcher of Marvel in our universe. All right. Anyways, you are the masturbator. All right. that's your gimmick. The masturbator. Emerson. All right. Anyways, no fucking around today.
Yeah.
We're here to fuck around on Discussion of the Matter is podcast presented by Fact of the Matter is podcast every Thursday. YouTube, audio platforms for Google or for podcasting, everything but Apple. Subscribe, like, follow, favorite, whatever the fuck you're supposed to do. And today, as we discussed last week, we discussed is the philosophical, is WWE really that bad, or is it just bullshit? But that something's clicky in my fucking thing. I don't know what. Oh wait, hold on. Fixed it. That's my screws. Anyways, this week we decided we're gonna discuss ways to make both WWE and AEW better, because there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be an open-ended discussion from the two of us, Ekner and Emerson. And I think we're gonna start with WWE. I feel like the best way to start this off is just start maybe by the shows, and then go company overall. Like maybe we kind of like thing by thing. So I feel like the best thing you could do is start with the show. So like Raw, right? Raw, your show's every Monday, 8 o'clock. That works.
Yeah.
What's the one thing we always talk about Raw to make it better? What's the one thing like to make the show a little bit more enjoyable? What would that be, Emerson?
I think everybody says like drop it down to 2 hours.
Exactly. So
It's too
I
long.
think what they would need to do when their current contract ends, whenever it is, I would put the show back to 2 hours. We all know this. We say this. Everybody says the same thing. This is a given,
You know
right?
what was crazy? At one point, Raw was longer than a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. When they had those very short papers, when it's the brand split, it's crazy because a lot of people are like, oh, SmackDown is better than Raw, right? Everybody says it's like SmackDown's better than Raw. It's like, yeah, it's better because it's 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
If Raw was 2 hours, it would be a little bit better, right? And the next point I want to bring up, okay? And it's crazy because of all the releases we've been getting this past year, 2021. If you're watching this on any other year, there's all the releases, right? I feel like they need more people, not to get rid of people. They have lack of roster. That's another problem. The thing I like about AEW, and I've talked about this before, is the fact of the matter that, hence the name of the podcast, is that they have so many people that one week you're seeing ABC, and then the week after you're seeing DEF. Like you're always seeing a cycle of people. This week you're seeing Jungle Boy, Moxley, Kingston. Next week you see Malachi, Andrade, Kenny Omega. You know, it's a cycle of people of all the divisions, and it always feels fresh. You know what I mean? The thing about Raw, you see the same people every week, multiple times, because they have lack of roster. So not only are you seeing them in one or two segments, you see them 3 or 4 segments every week. You get sick of it, and it's the same matchups. And that the reason this is happening is because lack of roster, right? SmackDown again, it's 2 hours, not so bad, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to 2 hours, you get a couple more. I feel like a roster, you need for what, like, for example, for what Raw has, how many people do they have on their roster on Raw? 30 people, 35, let's
I think they
say,
said
right?
35. Yeah.
So let's say they have 35. I feel like you need a roster and a half to fill 2 hours. So let's say you need 50 people per show. I feel like you have 50 people spread out through divisions. I feel like at 2 hours it would be fine, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What else? What else could you do? NXT. What would you do to NXT? Like I like all these changes. I know what I would do. What would you do?
I don't know. It'd be. I think it'd be. I don't know. Just focus on the wrestling. Just focus on the in ring work more. I feel like that would make it feel different than Raw and SmackDown. And I think the problem is they're focusing on stupid storylines that don't really go anywhere. And like
Stupid.
I don't know. It's what are you thinking?
I would okay, so let's go back to the formula. When was NXT at its best? 1 hour on the network every
Yeah.
week
Yeah.
with they had a pretty big roster. Again, they only have to fill 1 hour per. They had that AEW formula.
We're
And again,
one.
this is when
Yeah.
NXT was at its best. Why was it at its best? Because they cycled talent. So 1 week you see Joe Nakamura, Buddy Murphy. The week after you see Finn Balor, Bobby Roode, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Every
Yeah.
week you're seeing different people. That's why it always felt fresh. You know what I mean? So
Going
it
back
works.
to
That's
what
and
you were saying, you have
it works.
ABC 1 week, DEF the
And
other week.
DEF,
The week after you have A, D, and F.
AEs,
The
yeah,
next week you have
exactly.
B, C, and E.
Wouldn't it feel
So
fresh? Because
yeah,
what do they always say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
yep,
When you see somebody, it's like a marriage. When you're first dating, you guys want to keep seeing each other. You want to fuck. When you're 50 years into marriage, you can't stand the person, dude. You know what I mean? And you get divorced. So it's like it's a simple formula, and it's like it works with AEW. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Again, if they want to stay at 3 hours, do it. But then you'll need like at least 70 to 80 people to fill that show. And then do using that formula. You know what I mean? That's the problem, dude. That's the problem. AEW, I like it on Tuesdays. It's on its own night. I feel like if they go back to 1 hour, especially if they're doing the developmental thing, I would allow that.
yeah.
Do
In
the
exchange,
developmental thing. Do whatever you want to do, but go back to 1 hour and go back to the network because I don't. If I was a network, I wouldn't want to sign it. I wouldn't want to sign them. But I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I think
SmackDown.
yeah,
What would you
SmackDown.
What would you say?
I think I think SmackDown should be like
It's fine.
I don't know. I think you need to focus on something. I think each show should have I think Raw should be like the big one. Like this is the spectacle. This is Raw, and I think SmackDown should feel like more. I don't know. It's where you're getting you're building up single stars for big pushes. I know Raw doesn't. I don't know. Raw wasn't really like that. It's more like this is where we're the biggest show for WWE. This is where all the big stars go. And, these are where you're gonna see some of the biggest wrestlers and biggest characters. Well, SmackDown is more like, you're coming here, you're getting some good shit every week. And I think my one thing for all of WWE is I think each episode you need at least two, three for Raw, but at least two, not like 20-ish minute matches that are really fucking good and that you want to see. I think that's what AEW has. Every at the beginning of the show, open up the show with the fucking banger of a match. Middle of the show, you get another banger of a match. That to end off the show with a banger of a match. And I think WWE can do that, but the thing is, they don't do that. They don't want them to go out there and have a killer match because they're like, oh, we're saving for a pay per view, but even the pay per view won't be a killer match. You know what I mean?
I
Uh,
I kind of low key, but this is just personal preference. I kind of low key missed Raw being on Monday and SmackDown being on Tuesday. Remember that era?
yeah,
You get back to back.
yeah,
So I mean, it's not really beneficial to the company. It's beneficial for my life. I would put Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday, and then NXT Thursday. But
yeah. I don't know.
I guess you said pay-per-views. What would you do with the pay-per-views?
No screwy finishes. Have real finishes on the pay-per-views at least. If you're gonna have fucking
Make it
screwy
a
finish,
rule.
if you have a screwy finish, that's leave it for the regular TV show. But on TV, I mean on pay-per-view, or well, on the fucking special event, whatever they're fucking calling it, you do not have a screwy finish. You can have like a distraction, that's fine. Distractions are fine, but you do not have a disqualification. You do not have a count out. It is straight up. You get a pin or a submission in that ring, and somebody's gonna get the loss, and somebody's gonna get the win. You make the
I
if you're not making your TV show the wins and losses matter, make at least your pay per views make the wins and losses matter.
Yeah, I want to. I want to actually. We could talk about that after this, but I want to talk about like actual rules. Like that's a good
Yeah,
point. But the actual pay-per-views. Remember when we used to have like 2, 3 pay-per-views a month? Remember that era with the brand split? That was
yeah,
too much.
that
That
was
was
too much.
ridiculous. Now they're kind of doing one per with a special here and there.
Yeah,
I think that's not bad for WWE because like AEW does their 4 a year, right, or 5, whatever. I think WWE is fine with one a month. Uh, but I don't know. I feel like, and I hear a lot of people say this, just kind of repeat, but the gimmicky, so like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, like Money in the Bank. I feel like you need to take away those pay per views and just put them with like Judgment Day, Backlash.
but
What
the
else
thing
is there?
is,
Armageddon.
the reason why they do that is so they can get people to watch. Because it's like, oh look,
Yeah, but
we're extreme.
the
Oh look,
matches
we're in
don't
a
feel
hell of a
special.
cell. Yeah,
The matches we and everybody again, everybody says it, but the matches don't feel special, right? It's
100%.
the Hell in a Cell. When you call on the Hell in a Cell, like it can happen at any pay per It's like, but when it needs it, so like you have a like if you look at like yeah, I know it's AEW, but Santana and Ortiz and FTR, they just want the they're one for one. They got to have the trilogy, the third match. Who's gonna get the one over? That would be perfect for like a Hell in a Cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like oh at the All Out, we're gonna if this was WWE All Out, whatever. Oh, we're gonna do Hell in a Cell, and it's like oh, it kind of like we're getting a Hell in a Cell. Like I did not expect that, and this is perfect for this match. Back how it used to be, you know what I mean? But that's what I would do. So I don't care about the names, but if it's a get like Money in the Bank, that's not a pay per view. That's a match. You could do it every year at WrestleMania. That was, in my opinion, that was better like that. You know. Okay, so you want to talk about like rules? So you said pay per views.
I think they need to enforce the rules better. I mean, like, I think people have said this as well. You seen that match with fucking Charlotte and thing
I
and
on Raw.
Rhea. No, with Charlotte and Rhea with the fucking announcer table cover, and that
Oh
counted
my
as a
god,
DQ. That was so fucking dumb. And everybody's like, dude, they fucking use that all the time. They always throw them into it. What the fuck you mean this is a disqualification?
dude.
Dude,
That's
wait. Fucking John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Roman put him through the table. Is that a disqualification? Apparently not. The match
no.
continued. So it's so stupid. Doesn't make any sense.
I that's the one thing about I want to say about AEW. When it comes to the ref enforcing rules, it's like sometimes we know what the rules are.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like at certain situations, like tag team matches, like why are they not like? Why is the partner in there longer than what 5 seconds, whatever the count? And they kind of look the other way, and it's like, listen, that's one thing about AEW is the referee enforcing. If you have to have a set of rules and follow it, make the rules
Yeah.
custom to what you want to do.
I mean, okay, I can
Does
say a
does
little bit of
AEW does
A
AEW have a 10 count or a 20 count? 10, right?
10 count. Yeah.
Why not do 20 then? I like Japan doing 20. That makes more sense. It makes more sense. You can do more stuff, right?
They don't count until the person's on the floor. That's usually what happens. So like, let's say they're in the middle of the move, they're not gonna start counting in the middle of the move. I think AEW is lenient, but it's lenient because they're saying
Too lenient.
this is what they say in AEW. They say it's like the referees know what this match means, so they're gonna allow this to happen. You know, they're gonna allow the count them to be out longer than a regular count because they know what this match means. Or they'll be like, oh, the the guy on the outside hit the guy, they're not gonna do a DQ because they know what this match means for the person. So like they'll do that. But WWE is just like, why didn't you call DQ right there? That's not DQ. What? Because it's a woman that hit him. That's not DQ. Or it'll be like, oh, why? Because Ric Flair is an old man. Do you not DQ? Or it's like, oh, the I don't know. It's just stupid. It's just stupid shit. Oh, Seth Rollins. I told you not to fucking hit him with the hammer. You hit him with the hammer. End of the match. Disqualification. I was like, what? Oh my god, Brock Lesnar hit two F5s? This match is a no contest. They're not gonna be able to walk forever. It's like, what?
The WWE needs to chill on the DQs and the countouts. Like again, we said on the Sunday episode, AEW has no ever recorded history of disqualifications.
If wins and losses
And
don't matter, why do you have to
yeah.
have screwy finishes?
Eventually, maybe they will do it, but it'll be like, oh my god, this has never happened. This is the first ever time. Like it'll kind of feel special, right? But when
Yeah.
you watch Raw and SmackDown, you get it like 2 to 3 times per episode. And you're like kind of
In
like,
a
God,
week, there'll be like
oh,
2 or 3 disqualifications.
silly WWE up to their old
Look at
fucking
fucking
shenanigans.
look at Seth this week. It's like it's so stupid. I don't know what the fuck. Well, last week, against Cesaro. Like, what? Why? He beat Cesaro already. They're done.
What about titles? Would you change anything about the titles? I would.
I
Anything it looks, titles itself, get some, bring some in.
I think I would like the tag team and the women's titles to be unified. So we have one tag team and one women's. Because right now, WWE doesn't have enough tag teams on each roster. I think SmackDown has 4, I believe. Yeah, they have 4, and Raw has like, well, now they're choosing to use more. There's like at least 5, but let's be honest, there's technically really only 3 because Lucha House Party is never there, right? Fucking
I
AJ
mean,
and Omos are like whatever. You know, it's like I don't know.
I would have NXT, Raw, SmackDown. You have your world title. You have your mid card title, which is what they have. NXT has its own set of tag team titles, like they do. Raw and SmackDown, a unified. I would unify the tag team and the women's divisions. There's one title. And the rule is if you're the champion, you can go to each show. And right, woman tag team title, same thing. There's only like
I think
I
the
would just
women's
take that
tag team
out. I would just take
the NXT women's tag team title should be gone because they don't have enough women to
that
do that.
that or they could go to either brand.
I
Which
think the
it opens it up
NXT
more.
I think it's such a stupid idea to make the NXT women's tag team titles. Then instantly they didn't have enough people for it. So it's like, okay, what was the point of making it then? I don't know. It's so stupid.
The 24/7 title.
Get rid of it.
Now, I obviously would say get rid of it, or I would keep it off the show and keep it for like a publicity social media thing. That's
Yeah.
fine. I wouldn't put it on your shows.
I think
That like
that's I think that's where it's the best.
because
But I don't think it
it
should be
would
on
be
Raw or
good.
SmackDown.
It would be good for publicity. Like, oh,
I think at this
at the at
though,
the at the at the Oscars red carpet, uh, Ron Jeremy rolled up our truth or something. I don't know why I said that name.
I don't know.
But I
It's
agree.
fucking it's
Um,
bad. I don't know. I think it should be gone entirely. I think it's done. It's lost its like luster. It's not funny anymore. Yeah, fucking Reggie can hit some flips, but who gives a shit at the end of the
I
day?
got another thing is I would get rid of 205. The cruiserweight title, I would what? Put it
I wouldn't
would
get
put
rid
on
of
the
205. I think I'd change the name because right now 205 is like NXT's developmental, which is stupid because they got like they don't even have 205 live like they don't have people under 205 live
dude.
anymore.
Odyssey
Like they
Jones was on there.
yeah, RC Jones. Like they kind of ruined it. I think it should just be like
We already
something
have main
else.
event. We already have main event.
Yeah,
That's the main event for NXT. That's
that's
their
what it is.
version.
That's legit what it
I don't
is.
know. I feel like those like superstars main event and 205 are unnecessary. Like
Superstars is canceled.
if you watch those shows, you have no life. I'm sorry to say. I would also like to say something about AEW. We were talking about the shows. Rampage. I be honest, I don't like it at Friday at 10 o'clock. Like I love the
Yeah,
show, but don't you feel like it's kind of like stupid? Why would you put it there? Like, I don't know, man.
It makes
Like,
yeah, I understand.
I personally would put it. I would first of all, I'd make it 2 hours. If you're gonna keep signing people, you need more time. I feel like they could do it. Make it 2 hours, and then but find it at. You could put it head to head with Raw, put it head to head with SmackDown. That'd be interesting. I don't think they would disrespect Impact to do it Thursdays, but 10 o'clock is too late, especially on a Friday. I already said Fridays about SmackDown. I hate it because it's like it's the weekend. I want to watch it. Rampage, I like it, so I'll watch it. But it's like it gets into your weekend time after a long work. Like I like wrestling during the week and the pay per views like on the weekend
Yeah,
at night, but Friday at 10 o'clock, you're kind of like, especially after SmackDown. I don't know. What would you move it? Maybe I would put it head to head with Raw. Fuck it. 9 o'clock, 9 to 11,
I would put it head to head
or
with
8 to
SmackDown. I don't think I don't
that.
think I don't think anybody who's watching Rampage is watching SmackDown. Let's be honest.
Or I think I'd do better during Raw. Let's be honest. You say the less number, right? I say
Yeah.
Monday 8 o'clock. Monday 8 o'clock, or yeah, I would do that.
No, but they already
I would just
have
move.
elevation on Mondays.
Fuck that. Move it. It's not that important. Monday. Okay, so more of it, we would move Rampage. We'd make it 2 hours for sure. What else? What else? I would do trios titles for AEW. Like they could make that
I
work.
want it. I want
Their
it so
trios
bad.
titles would be better than their fucking tag team titles. I
I
feel
think
like.
my brothers asked me, "Do you think they're gonna do a second singles, like
No,
another?" Because
no,
okay,
they trio title.
I think
That's all you need.
yeah, I want trios.
I think they
Uh,
just need trios titles, and they're perfect.
but how
That's it.
about
They don't
like
need anything
an
else.
intercontinental type title? We have the TNT, but I don't know.
Or you can make a TBS when they move or this TNT is probably become TBS champion. Or they could do exclusive Rampage title like
I don't
or
know.
Dynamite. Like
I don't
I
know.
feel like
I think we're fine with singles.
trios titles, and I think that's all the titles they need. They don't need. They already have
Yeah, I
FTR,
agree. I
the
agree.
FTW title. But the trios, man, for what they do, all these trios matches would be fucking like suitable.
Yeah.
Uh, what else?
Yeah. Do you have anything else for WWE? Because I got some stuff for AEW.
You go for it because I'm kind of running blank here.
The main event. They need to get better at timing it because they never seem to have enough time for the main event to get enough time. Usually, I'm looking at my phone to see what time it is,
Why?
and there's about 15 minutes, and they haven't even done their
Two
entrance yet.
225.
What?
Oh, our predictions are up. I'm gonna watch it while we do this.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, no, I'm
Not
not.
joking.
I'm not saying I'm looking at the clock right now. I'm saying when I'm watching AEW on Wednesday, I'll look at my phone and see what time it is, and they got 15 minutes left until the show's over, and the main event hasn't even started yet. The entrances haven't started yet, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I think we've seen this with All In. All In, they had problems with timing. They've had problems with timing on Dynamite for a while. I think they've mitigated it by making it so there's a big match to open up the show and a big match in the middle of the show. Uh, but sometimes you'll be like, "Yo, the main event's coming up, main event," and it'll be like a random match before, and I'm like, "You got half an hour. You got
Ma,
half an hour, and you're telling me you're
ma,
gonna put another match in between before?" And it's like, fuck. Sometimes it just you seen what happened when they were doing the attack this last week on Dynamite because this is we record this on the Saturdays we record. So this
bitch.
past week on Dynamite, they had the angle, the go home angle of fucking Kenny and the Bucks attacking, well the entire elite inside the steel cage, and like, dude, they didn't have time. They're like they're trying to they're fucking Google just went off.
Oh, I thought it
And
was your brother or something.
like, yo, what the fuck?
The way you turned to it, you're like, I'm gonna murder you. Like,
Anyways, the way it was going off, the guy, fucking Jr. and Excalibur are fucking scrambling, trying to say everything before the show ends because they're just reacting to what's happening. They're like, oh shit, we got like 2 or 3 minutes, fuck, you know. So like, I feel like you need to fix that up. What else? Women's division, obviously, I think that's probably the weakest part in AEW right now. You need more than one story. I think we're getting that right now. We have the Tay Conti story, uh, and we have Tay Conti and Anna Jay versus Bunny and Penelope Ford. That's a storyline going on right now. Uh, but you have so many great wrestlers. You got Red Velvet. You got Big Swole. Where's been Swole? Where's Swole? I miss her. You know, I want to see her on TV. We haven't seen her on TV in a while. You have so many great women's wrestlers that like I think AEW has the second best women's wrestlers in the world right now. Yeah, you know, like they have like the second best division currently, and you got like Thunder Rosa. You know, so you got like so many people who could be doing more stuff, and I definitely want to see more from them. I'm very happy to see that some of them are getting pushed. Like what's Jade Cargill? She's getting her stuff on thing. I think right now for let's not even talk about Dark, but Dynamite and Rampage. I think they're getting about 3 matches altogether. There's 1 match on Rampage and 2 on Dynamite. I think and there's some promos once in a while. I think I don't know. I think some of it's going okay. I think it needs more than one storyline. You know, one week we talk about one storyline, one week we talk about the other. You know, like how we talk about AEW, how it works. And I don't know. It's like the fucking Chris Statlander came out of nowhere. You know, like that match against Chris Statlander and Britt Baker, that just came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, who the fuck is Britt Baker gonna fight? And they're like, oh, Chris Statlander. I'm like, what? Since when? You know, like so. I think that needs to be brought up more. Uh, like the women's division needs to be, you know, a little bit better. That's it. That's really all I have to say for
I'm
Dynamite.
running blank. I have nothing really else. I mean, I'm not. What else could we like do? Like
I think they're doing
Tony
great.
Khan. Tony
Yeah.
Khan, stay behind, stay back, don't come out.
Well, Tony Khan has done well. I think he's not coming out very often. He came out
Yeah.
twice that I remember.
Rampage,
This
Rampage,
week
Prego.
Rampage. No, not Rampage. When was it?
Dynamite was was
It
on the
was off
TV.
the air, so it doesn't count.
No,
Uh,
he usually
Dark.
comes up. He usually comes up before or after the show and just talks to the fans like, "Oh,
Yeah, that one
tonight we got."
episode Dark
He gets
where
everybody hyped.
that one episode Dark where he
Yeah,
told
yeah,
Matt
yeah, yeah.
Seidel.
I'll say 9 days. You have 9 days. You have 9 days, and you're gonna defend the title in 9 days. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I said.
I don't know. I think he's doing very well, and the shows don't really have too many problems.
Vince McMahon needs to die. What else? But yeah, let us know in the comments your opinion. What would you guys do to make the shows better, the companies better? Uh, and if you agree with what we said, what would you do? Let us know in the comments on YouTube. Uh, you know what it is, Emerson? Are you good to roll out or?
Yeah, I think everything's good. Check us out this Sunday. We're gonna be talking all out. Our reactions, our
Mm,
uh, you know what we
mm,
thought of the show. Check us out the
mm.
review. And
Oh, oh.
if you live.
Okay, motherfucker.